Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. Today, I'm kind of following Red Eagle Politics video schedule. He posts, I do a follow up. If you guys accuse me of copying him, I'm not. Kinda, I am a little bit, but of course, I'm not copying his opinion. I just want to do a little follow up, kind of see. He did a little tire list, and I said, you know what? I don't think I did a tire list, and if I had, I don't think I've done it in a very I think I've done it in a very long time. Like I don't think in my video history I've got a tire list, but so we'll be doing a tire list. So we got a tire list up today. I just to let you know I did not make this. Shout out to anyone who made this. Um, Very good tire list. But however, Red Eagle Politics made this, huh? Red Eagle made this, huh? You would have known. Okay, shout out to Red Eagle. All right, never mind. I already gave him double shout outs today. So, we're gonna be doing not all these politicians just because we have a certain amount of time. It's a late in the evening, I have a very busy schedule, and I want to get things done. So basically, what I'm going to be trying to plan to do is basically picking out of the legitimate and most widely talked about running mates, and kind of leave the ones that are unrecognizable or unknown kind of behind. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with our polls. Just taking a look, nothing has changed. However, Pennsylvania is tilting. Joe Biden is barely holding on to Pennsylvania as Trump has won. I believe the recent poll, every day there's a poll, either a Biden win or a Trump win. So it keeps fluctuating. But either way, it's a tilt. Biden is barely grasping on to the Keystone State. Just keep that in mind. Now, taking a look at our prediction, we're going to get started. This is going to be kind of a lengthy video. I'm going to try not to make it that way, but we'll see. Let's start off with Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp, I'll know, is not the best shot for Donald Trump. We know in 2020 they kind of had a clash over Brian Kemp allowing Trump access to or Donald Trump in this case trying to tell Kemp to overturn the election results as governor. Kemp refused. He continued, and this continued to have a bitter, more toxic relationship. Overall, I would tell you, Trump did endorse Brian Kemp in the primary in Georgia. Not in the primary, excuse me, in the general election. In the primary, though, he did end up endorsing David Perdue, but Perdue lost because it wasn't because of Trump. That's what the liberal media will say. Oh, Georgia's rejecting Trump. No, it's because Brian Kemp is the governor, and he's the alpha conservative in the state. And if you have a better chances of winning in this said state of said Georgia, you rather go with the governor who has had a high approval in that state. So, however, I'm not going to say, you know what, I think it's not going to work out. Brian Kemp, they say, oh, but you're having Georgia go for certainly for Trump. But Georgia doesn't speak for all swing states, right? Georgia doesn't speak for all the swing states. So, what about this? I know who she is. I'm blundering on her name. She's widely talked about. I'm not going to put her on Superior, though. We're going to go ahead and put her on A. I'm not going to waste time trying to figure out. Can't get in my head. Glenn Youngkin, I think, would be a good running mate. However, I do think he is more of I would say a Mike Pence vibe. But we'll go ahead and call him B. I think, as we know here, I think the Ohio senator, I'm forgetting all these politicians. My goodness, the United States senators. Yes, J.D. Vance. Here's the thing about Vance, though. He's just got in the Senate in 2023. He barely had a political experience. I think we should let him be in the Senate. here. Well, here's the thing, though. It's kind of in conversation with, as you know, Pat Devine, Governor Devine. If you put J.D. Vance or J.D. Vance on, Trump chooses J.D. Vance as a running mate. Hey, you know what? Devine could put Vivek Ramaswamy on the Senate. That would be amazing. All I know that, yeah, that would be a good case there. But in the end, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to probably put down B. I'm kind of skeptical. Well, actually, I'm going to call him C. I'm in the middle in reality. I think Vance should totally stay in the Senate. He has only had 2 years. He's not widely more talked about other than his Senate performance. So I think overall in the Senate, he is indeed amazing. Let's take a look. We have... I'm blanking on you. Let's pass. We're going to go, and the governor of Nevada is going to be an F for sure. He's going to be worse than Brian Kemp for sure because he is gun control, very big gun control advocate. He's somewhat pro-life, but overall, he's tough on crime. I wouldn't call him a rhino, but he's a big neocon. He is not a Trump Republican. He endorsed Trump. I want to believe. He backed up Texas and the Texas border. I wouldn't call him a rhino, but he's not that much of a, as you know, Trump Republican. I feel that he wouldn't be a relying ally as would Trump's former allies here. So let's take a look. Kari Lake definitely should stay in the Senate. I think, yeah, she's good. I think she should stay in the Senate, though, along with J.D. Vance, because Kari Lake's pretty much the only gal we got. You have Dunleavy, but Dunleavy doesn't seem like he's running. So, I mean, if Dunleavy is running for the Senate, I think we have a better chance winning under him than we have with Kari Lake. Then maybe, if as of right now, Kari Lake needs to stay in the race because she is the only quarter we got here. Tulsi Gabbard, I would say would be good because let's see, Democrats would hate her, but this is what we're doing. This comes to show to the American people that guess what? Donald Trump's going to choose a non-Republican to kind of help unify the Republican Party. Now, a lot of people are like, don't choose Tulsi Gabbard because Tulsi Gabbard, is a Democrat. But here's the thing about Tulsi. I would say she got very more conservative. And she left the Democratic Party because of its wokeness. And I think she has come to realize that the MAGA Republican movement is not a terrorist organization that the media has made it seem out to be. So, yes, I think in overall, Tulsi Gabbard, she's free to her decision. And overall, if I think Donald Trump chooses Gabbard as a running mate, that would be pretty much, I would call a showing the American people like, hey, look, we're open-minded. Tulsi Gabbard could, in some way, keep Donald Trump in check as a moderate, quote, quote. So that would take down the end of democracy, the rise of fascism in America. So that is something that will be probably brought up in debates if those will happen. But those are stuff that will be talked about definitely in the general election. Because the media will definitely cry fascism, dictatorship, blah, 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 blah. Overall, I think that's legitimately crazy. We're going to go ahead and Josh Hawley, I think is going to be weak. I mean, he's from Missouri. He's from a red state. That's not really going to do much of anything, in my opinion. Governor Noem, Kristi Noem, I think that's her name. She would be good. I would say, yeah, she would be on as an S. Mark Robinson's running for governor, and we need him to run for governor. So we're going to go ahead and put him in the C column. Mike Pence is an F for sure. We knew he's not going to be a reliable ally. So no. Ted Cruz, we need him to run for the Senate. Well, so we're going to go ahead and put him in C. Lee Zeldin, he's somewhat of a Trump ally, somewhat of a Trump critic. I will tell you, he's a little of mix. He has appeared in liberal media saying that, you know what? Some things that Trump has said is not good for kids. And that was probably the past. Who knows? Maybe his opinion is... I'm really fighting these ads. Like, jeez. Yeah, I would say, but Lee Zeldin, I think he's from New York. He's a congressman. I would go ahead and probably put him with in the A column with this Our Lady here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I will let you know, is not going to be a good decision at all. Here's why. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I like her, but she's going to turn into a Kamala Harris really quick because during 2020, everyone admired Kamala Harris in the Democratic Party. Everyone thought of her as a strong, capable woman. This is going to be the same deal in 2024 when we choose Marjorie Taylor Greene. But when she takes office, I think personally that is the way she kind of behaves and the way she kind of sets her tone. It's kind of going to get things. She's gonna get a little unpopular. It's kind of a cringe thought. I don't really want to see. I don't mind Marjorie Taylor Greene having a cabinet position. Absolutely have her in a cabinet position. Absolutely. But when it comes to running mate, I don't think so. Let's see. She just took office. She was just in the Congress for like around 4 years. So, I mean, I think personally, no, she's not ready yet to face that presidential reality. Nikki Haley is going to be DF. I don't even know. I won't even explain. Tim Scott has been talked about a lot. I think Tim Scott personally would be a great decision. We know who Senator Scott is. I personally, although he's personally a neocon, and here's the thing, our party sure is poorly financed. And it has a very low tone, a very low assertive tone to say, hey, go out and vote. And we're so divided that we end up canceling each other out. We say neocon, rhino, MAGA, Republican. You know, we got to kind of have a mix of both. Tim Scott, I would say he's a mix of a neocon and a MAGA Republican. He's the type of guy who gets along with everyone. He gets along with rhinos. He gets along with conservatives. He gets along with libertarians, many different factions of the Republican Party. And that's what I like. I admire that. And I definitely would love to see that. This is a very good realization. I think out of the bunch here, Tim Scott, along with Perpict, I don't know what's her name. It's a Polish name, but they're the two that are really probably going to be the running mates. Tucker. Trump has admitted he likes Tucker, and I think Tucker would be a good one. I'll go ahead and put him in A because he's not really a politician. And I think you got to be in some sort of political office in order to have a successful campaign. Ron DeSantis, I would say B. I would say I'm being skeptical because there's a lot of people that Ron DeSantis made very angry in his 2024 bid that he was running. And there's some people, even though Trump might be okay with it, obviously he is, if he is going to be selecting him as his VP or as his running mate in this case. If that's the case, but there's a lot of other voters that are gonna be like, no, I'm still not happy about this. So I think this is going to kind of be not the case. Paul Ryan. No, Paul Ryan. That's speaker. I'm thinking about the senator from Kentucky, Ron Paul. Is that your name? Ron Paul. He's a libertarian. He's more of a neutral type. I compare him to a Mike Pence. I would put him as a D. He's okay. He's not my favorite. He's kind of, I will move whatever I want to move, like not sway his way where the party is. So I've been kind of hypocritical over that. This is Ron Paul, I want to believe. Ron Paul. Is that your name? No, that can't be Ron Paul. Okay. I know this guy. He's in office. Blanking on his name. Oh, what am I thinking? That's Jordan. Oh my gosh. Jim Jordan. Duh. Like, I like Jim Jordan. He's not a bad guy. How long has he been in the House of Representatives? Oh, he's also Ohio House. He's been back and forth, actually. I thought he was from Florida. Apparently he's from Ohio. Yes, he's since 2007. I'm very skeptical when it comes to choosing a House representatives from the House of Representatives to be running mates. That's not my thing. Dick Cheney is pretty much the only politician that I could think of that was more successful of being, and here's the thing, Bush didn't even consider Cheney at first. And overall, Cheney was kind of his last option, so he had to choose Cheney for his 2000 running mate. So it was kind of unpredictable. No one saw it coming. Some people, I guess. So, yeah, Jordan, he's not going to be F. He's not going to be D. He is probably going to be in the C. I prefer him in the Congress. I think he's doing a good job. The governor of Iowa endorsed DeSantis. I think that would be more of a toss-up. But I overall think that Trump would go over, award Kristi Noem, whatever her name is, governor of the as you know, South Dakota governor before Governor Kim Reynolds. So yeah, maybe I would say Kim Reynolds would be B. Yeah, this is Michelle Blackbird, I believe. From Tennessee, Marsha Blackbird. Yeah, Marsha. She's been in the Senate, but here's the thing about her electoral history. I'm kind of skeptical. She just entered the Senate in 2018, one term, 54%. I think Tennessee is a conservative state that votes 60% more and more, not 54%. I expect a lot more from Marsha Blackburn, so I definitely put her in the D pile. Mike Pompeo, he's a notable figure in the GOP. I think he would be honestly in an A. I'm blanking on you, and yeah, I think we can be done now. Anyway, this is my tire list results. We're gonna delete YouTube because I never would have considered these two to be VP options. Like seriously. So yeah, these are the two. This is our tire list, and this is highly of what I would prefer and what I would kind of applaud. I would definitely, out of the bunch, cheer for Tulsi Gabbard and Tim Scott. But what do you guys would cheer for? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next political episode.